What SEO practice is dead? Let's enlighten each other. Let's drop dead practices and best practice, learn and fun. Yeah, so I'll just say that I feel like a lot of SEO practices that people think are dead are not actually dead at all. And I'll also add that, me and Nick, we talk about best practices a lot, and that's what we talk about. We talk about best practices, not necessarily what's working, what's not working. For example, can you hammer your site with 1,000 cheap PBN links, and will that benefit your rankings? It can. It really can. The problem is that it can also be quite dangerous, right? And so, as people who are kind of in the public eye and have people asking us questions and stuff, and also owning a link building agency where a lot of people end up getting themselves in trouble building backlinks because they do this kind of crazy stuff. We feel like a responsibility to try to guide people in the right direction, right? But I guess what I would say first is that there's a ton of stuff that's not dead at all. We were at Chiang Mai SEO conference a few months ago, and I think one of my favorite moments of the whole conference was when Kyle Roof was doing his talk. And if you guys are familiar, Kyle Roof did a long time ago where he won a competition using lorem ipsum content, right? Lorem ipsum content is just gibberish Latin content. And what he used was he used his on-page optimization tool, Pop, to just basically have content that's not even English, and then he would just insert keywords every now and then at a certain frequency in certain places. And he ended up winning the competition, ranking for rhinoplasty and Plato, I think, or Plano, something like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
he won the competition doing something that everyone said was impossible, right? And after that, Google took down all of his test sites. They just slapped him hard. They found out kind of who he was and just really went after him. And after that, people were like, well, they passed the lorem ipsum update and that no longer works. So Kyle was giving his presentation at Chiang Mai this year, and he was talking about the lorem ipsum stuff again because everyone likes that. And then he was showing the lorem ipsum sites again, and he was like, oh wait, that wasn't from 10 years ago. This was last week. And so basically, he took something that everyone's been saying is dead, like super dead, just ranking content that's not even good. It's beyond bad content. It's content that makes no sense at all, and he's just putting keywords in it kind of randomly in certain spaces and at certain frequencies. And that was, I think, the coolest moment for me in the conference because it was just he just did a really good job of misdirecting because everyone thought he was talking about the past, and he was like, oh no, that was yesterday. And then he starts showing all of this stuff about what he's doing just now, doing the same exact crap. And you could say the same thing with a ton of stuff. Spam backlinks, spam content. It's just that, for the long run, it might not be good to do a lot of this stuff and you might eventually get popped or whatever. But the truth is that you can actually, a lot of the times, people get away with this stuff for years, for a long time, before they have problems, and you can make a good amount of money in that time. And you have to make a decision of what you do and do not want to do. Can you think of any things, Nick, that you think just are not working at all anymore?
Like 100%. While you were talking, I was like, okay, what have I seen just completely go out? I mean, no, I mean, there's still people using GSA.
Yeah.
Spun content, like the way that it used to be used, or at least that I used to use it, is pretty dead for like the larger stuff, like an affiliate, but maybe you could still get away with it in like foreign um,
So content
markets,
spinning.
things like that.
I feel like there's just a percent chance for it to work, and it might be lower, but it could still
Exactly.
work.
Like I like calling something completely dead. I'm like, what absolutely does not work? Well,
Yeah.
I can't give you a definitive answer, because also the algorithm's always changing and it's always kind of prioritizing different things, which always kind of recreates these loopholes, that maybe went under for a little while, etc.
I was gonna say super low quality link spam, I just don't, or even Web 2.0 spam, but I feel like it can still actually work
No, it's
sometimes
still
too,
and
but
like in
just lower chance
like
maybe.
local markets or whatever. Yeah, you can still get that stuff to work.
So
Completely fucking dead. What There's got to be something out
What's
there that
funny
we've
though
seen,
is that we
but
can't
I'm
even
drawing a
think of
blank.
one thing. And so
Hmm.
I think that's like really the answer to this question is like you have to stop looking at things as like, oh, that doesn't work, because that's bullshit. Like this insane shit works all the time. Like little things slip through Google's algorithm all the time. Like if you look at like your website and you look at like every SERP for every keyword you're looking for, I guarantee you're gonna find some shit in there where you're like, what the F? Like how is this working? How is this guy beating me with this like outdated stuff? You know, it's everywhere. You see it all the time.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, we can say stuff like, low content, low energy, kind of like content spinning or content spam, low quality, like link spam or whatever. Keyword stuffing, I'd probably stay away from. I guess some things I would say,
Tags.
uh, some things I would say is like keyword stuffing and also like anchor text, like over optimization. But again, like even like super over optimized anchors, this stuff can like actually work like in the short
It
term quite
also
well. But anyway, don't do it. Please don't do it.
it also like it changes niche to niche and market to market, right? Like
Yeah,
so what doesn't work over here might be
true.
working very well over here. So like to just
Yeah,
like create this blanket statement about everything in SEO, um, is I, I don't know if you can really do that.
yeah. Anyway, we'll go ahead and end it here. But yeah, there's definitely best practices, and then there's kind of like the reality of the situation. And I think it'd be better for everyone in SEO if you didn't just have to pretend like everything was so black and white, like you knew the answer to everything, because you don't. And crazy shit is working all the time, and things are much more like fluid and open than people like to pretend. So yeah, we don't need to pretend like we know everything. We're always right all the time. Anyway. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.